Okay, so check it now,
No, we're
Harvey
not.
Live. Well, we
I'm
should be.
checking.
Yeah, we're live.
We're live. Okay.
We're live.
Yeah, I think opening our own channel
So
while
remove that other video.
okay.
I cannot see the live right now, like on my screen. Oh, now I can.
Mhm. Yeah, we'll remove that later on, bro. We just should get people on it. Is it live now or no?
Yeah, we're live. It is live. It is live.
Okay.
Oh, oh, we get one viewer. Let's go.
How many
Okay,
people are on
are we
this?
live right now? We are currently. I see one watching.
Yeah, we're live. 13 watching.
13 watching. Yes, 13. We gathered like 68 people before the live stopped.
No, it's like views. People like open it and then even if they watch for like a couple of seconds, it counts as a view. Like the longer the podcast is, the more time they'll have to make it to like register a view.
Yes. Okay. Wait. We're gonna wait a bit. Leo, do you want me to play background music while we're waiting for everybody to gather?
I mean, if you want to.
Yes. Okay. If you want to. If the chat wants to, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Mr. Et will give us the cue to start. Like I trust him.
38 people right now.
Okay, we can start now.
How many people are there? How many people
Let's
are
do
there?
it.
We're 50 people watching right now.
50 is decent. All right. Where's EY?
I'm here, brother.
Uh,
I don't think
yeah,
Okay.
let's
notifications
go.
on my post go out unless it's a direct post. So the mass notice should bring some people here.
Did you do a?
Yeah, he posted about it.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Our first question is when XRP to 100K? I think it's a joke, yeah.
Everyone, post the live, everybody, so everybody will join and make some noise on Involio, so everybody will join now. Okay. So do we have enough people? We got 53 people right now. Are we
We'll
waiting
leave the
for
best
more
questions
or?
for the end. We can start off and leave the good questions for the end as more people join.
Okay, so first of all, how do y'all are feeling? Like that's the most important thing, but I guess like for a lot of people, they're waiting for other stuff. So, how are you guys feeling today?
Phenomenal. How are you guys feeling?
Feeling great.
Feeling good. Like I'm happy today.
Great hours, but weekend just enjoying the weekend, bro. Saturday.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
Okay,
Well,
so first, hmm
where are all you guys located?
I'm from New Jersey.
Florida.
Oh, very cool. I love
Uh,
it.
I'm uh,
How about
I'm
you?
from Israel.
Oh, fuck.
I'm in Arizona.
Yeah, wait. Tisamo, check DMs real quick.
Yeah.
I see a comment that asks how we came up with the name Involio. You want to tell him, Ryan?
Oh, that's a great question for the start. You know what? I have a better question, and the follow up question will be this: what came into your mind that made you make Involio? Basically, what made you make Involio?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think the biggest thing was seeing so many different people on socials growing following by like posting materialistic objects. Like they'll post in front of a car or a watch or a stack of cash and be like, pay for my course, pay for this. And at the end of the day, like 99% of that they're just doing that to sell the course, and most of the time it's a scam. So we saw that we could create this kind of like two-sided network where we can incentivize top performing traders around the world to share their trades via subscriptions or allowing them to have a fee share once we launch this exchange. And then on the other side of this network, we can have tens of millions of people come to view their trades. So as we were launching Involio, we were kind of like figuring out on the user experience side of things, how do we build something where people that have this really strong track record and have been in the market for a while are excited to share trades, because we knew if we could build that, we could have tens of millions of people that'll come to view those users trades. So we pretty much have just been iterating on that the last 12, 14 months. And then hopefully the kind of the final piece of it will come once we launch this exchange in the next 4 to 8 weeks.
That's absolutely insane. Like that's a huge step for Involio.
Okay, so
Yeah,
first
it'll
of
be.
all, okay. So last time we interviewed CY and we started like about how CY's background, about his life and stuff. So like we'd like to ask the same about Ryan. Like
Yeah.
how did it all begin? Like what's your background? Like how's life before trading?
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. So I've played soccer most of my life. I was supposed to play soccer in college, and it got started though my freshman year of high school, and I got introduced to cryptocurrency, and I think I had a family friend tell me about. I think it was Ethereum at like 40 or $50, and I put $100 in, and it went to like $200 within a week, and I thought I was a genius, and then that kind of like just got me like excited and kind of interested in the crypto space. So spent the next kind of the couple of years just focusing more on the fundamental side of things. And then my senior year, I got introduced to the technical side of trading and just became obsessed. So the day I turned 18, I signed a 1 year lease to live out of an office in Santa Monica. I just had like an air mattress on the floor and then a desk. I just sleep on the air mattress and trade. And then did that for a little bit and then had the idea for Involio and have been working on that since.
You also said like
Nice.
you were in a club, a soccer club.
Yeah,
USL
yeah, I played.
Championship.
Yeah, I played. I got up to the semi-pro level was the last game I played, and then I was supposed to play soccer at UCSB, but pretty much let the coach know a couple of weeks before training camp that I wasn't gonna attend.
Oh wow. So wait, so Ryan, like you're the man and the mystery. Like so many people know you because you're very active and They know you as the most like best CEO ever and like the supportive one, but they don't know anything about you. Like, can you tell us more like about yourself, like in general?
Um, I wish I had more exciting things, but honestly, all I do is work on Involio, and that's about
No, that's great. That,
it.
That's incredible.
oh,
What made you start? What made you um? When you had the idea for Involio, how did you? Were the first steps you did in order for the app to to be Involio? Like,
Yeah.
what did you first do?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is like putting together the right team. Like we have an like unbelievable dev team right now. We're growing it pretty quickly. We've had like three devs working on this for pretty much since inception, which is extremely small compared to most tech companies. So we just recently started adding a lot. I think we tripled our dev team over the last, or double or tripled it over the last few weeks. So I think like team's number one, but getting it started was just start like taking the time to hire the first 4 or 5 people, kind of putting together that founding team, and then we raised about 1.2 million to get it started. And we raised from Craig Weiss. He founded Enjoy, who was the first e-cigarette. He raised like a couple hundred million and built that into $1 billion company. So he's been really helpful from the start. And then
Nice.
yeah, now it's just kind of just a lot of iteration and kind of like even the beginning, the first idea for Involio was like, in the first like launch of the product was completely not completely different, but orders of magnitude better than what it was. So the biggest thing I think is just like putting together a founding team that understands like how quickly you can iterate, and if you can iterate fast enough and like you listen to users and build what they want, you'll have something special.
Nice. So why Involio? Why what's the meaning behind the name?
I'm curious if
Yeah,
any of you guys can guess.
yeah,
I think it's like portfolio and investment, like Involio.
yeah. There you go.
I never got it. Oh my god.
Bro, come on.
I never thought about
So
it.
funny, no one gets it, but when Ryan said Involio, the immediate click in my head was, oh, investment portfolio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Makes
most
know.
sense.
most people most people don't see it. It's kind of funny.
That's a good name. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, what do you think about crypto in America? Like, people don't really know about crypto in America. Most people call it a scam. Teachers don't like appreciate talking about it in school. Nobody like really cares about it. Like, do you think it should be like people should be educated more on crypto and like these big platforms like Binance being banned in the US?
Ian, you want to take
Um,
that? Sorry.
yeah, crypto regulation in America has been really interesting coming up on the last decade. I think there's like kind of dark reasons as to why regulations are so strict, and with new government changes, I think we'll kind of see a new light. I did really think Trump was kind of brigading crypto as like a means to get more votes, but as it's starting to seem as he really does want to promote this market and sees a kind of long-term value of it. I think this next 4 years is probably like what we've all considered like the super cycle, where things start to kind of move into the United States. And I think the unfortunate reality of so many why there is such a negative light on crypto is that there are a lot of scams, right? It is a frankly dark market, and that's why we're building Involio to offer users who want to get into this market a kind of a safer entrance point and give them a bit
Make
of an
it
edge in the market.
transparent. Yeah, make it
Yeah,
transparent.
exactly. So I think we'll see some changes coming over the next few years, but that's kind of concern.
About Bitcoin, do you
Yeah.
think like it will, if people say it will always go up, do you think it's a bad thing?
Do I think it's a bad thing if Bitcoin is up only forever?
Because like Andrew Tate, he said once like anything bad for the economy except for inflation is like deflation. His point of view was like if Bitcoin keeps on going up, it's like this car costs like 100K. Next year it's gonna cost 50K, so people will stop buying it. and wait for the next year. And then next year they say it's gonna like be for the half price next year, like 25K. And that way money will
Mhm.
stop circulating. And if Bitcoin becomes like one stream investment and demand will go up and supply, is going down because all of the halving and there's a fixed supply. So do you think that will cause problems?
I've never really been like a Bitcoin maxi. Like I've always had questions about it. Like Chamath right now, if you guys know who that is proposing that in the next 3 years, AI will move fast enough to where supercomputers will be able to break into the Bitcoin ecosystem, which I do believe that's possible.
Yeah,
Um,
but
I
Google
mean,
also making like quantum computing technology.
right. And there's a lot of a lot of things there, but I think if you look at BTC, it's just the basic math of increase supply. I mean, a decrease of supply, increase of interest. I think my fear is that it'll plateau at a certain point. Like, I do think it's plausible that BTC will reach $1 million. Let's just use that as a number. I just don't know on my personal stance that it'll really be like so adoptable at that point. I think you look at retail investors, like I think they look at BTC as they're priced out already. And the higher this token gets, the more people will feel priced out. So I don't really have like a perfect answer as to whether I feel like that's good or bad. Um, but I do think there's a lot that Web3 has to cover before we kind of get there.
Okay. So like Ryan, have you been trading yourself like a lot or just like Involio is your main thing? Because like we know about
Uh,
CY, he also like mentor a couple of big people, Luke Wilmar, stuff like that.
yeah, I haven't been trading recently, but once the DEX goes live, you'll start seeing a lot more trades that I'll take.
You made like
Brian and I
one.
have kind of got our
Hmm.
heads duck down.
Yeah, we once we open up the DEX, it will be, but we're like so hyper focused right now on this user experience for this exchange launch that I think we'll have something that any exchange hasn't really seen before, not like even just putting us in the crypto space, but in general, like stock exchanges, whatever it may be. I think what we launch will be really exciting, and I think the volume that we can produce, because of how easy it is to follow trades, will be something that is kind of unparalleledly seen in the space.
Hmm. Many people are saying like there are a couple of problems with the Involia app specifically in the Android Play Store. Are you like aware of any of them?
Specifically in the Android Play Store.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like a couple of people have commented they're like mostly from India. Spin of the app
Mm.
loading country locked in Play Store. Yeah, a couple of these things.
Yeah, we'll have to. There's a few different countries we have to open it up, and then we just made an update recently to the how portfolios work in terms of how quick the prices change. So like before this last update, if like let's just say the stop loss or price target was hit, it would have like this kind of like 2 minute delay. We got
Hmm.
that down for I think like 1 to 2 seconds. So now that we have the portfolio stuff, we have one more portfolio update coming next week. And then after that, we'll focus on the speed of the app. And I think within the next 2 to 3 weeks, it'll be pretty close to lightning fast. And then the next update that everyone will see the will be the mimic trading for the decks.
So it'll be like mid-January.
Yeah, possibly sooner.
Yeah, because like mid-January, Trump is gonna begin inaugurate like a lot more hype in crypto.
Right.
Yeah,
Because like
exactly.
this is like the golden time for attracting people to crypto. Like it's not before many people know about it. It's like before many people know about it. And after that, getting into crypto space is gonna be a bit hard.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so Stock Trader here, he like personally wanted to get in and wanted to ask some questions. Like he's quiet for some time now.
How we doing,
Yeah.
Stock?
What's up?
How we
This
doing?
is a question for Sai. How do you feel about like AI and crypto? Like, how can it make a big role with like coins and stuff?
That's a great question. This is one of the like biggest phenomenons of this cycle, in my opinion, thus far. Like watching Mark Andreessen and Truth Terminal, like these AI agents are right now becoming kind of a very popular narrative. I don't know that it really is adding any value to the space. Like, I think if you look at Truth Terminal, there's a big part of me that doesn't believe it's AI. Like, I truly do believe that there's a group that is maintaining that just basis on tokens launching or prior to Truth Terminal sending out tweets. I spent a long time in my career building trading systems, and you go back to 2019, 2020, the thought of AI with trading systems was kind of a joke unless you have a 60 plus dev team. And so it was something I kind of like never really believed in. And crypto is probably the fastest evolving market in the world. Like, we go through different narratives on a daily to weekly basis. And I don't know that
That's
AI
true.
will. Yeah, I don't know that AI has the ability right now to learn this space. Like, I think it's a very personality related, you know, popular outside of Web3 space. So AI is interesting, and I think about it a lot, but I don't know that it's adding any value at this current moment.
Okay.
Interesting.
And who is Involio's like biggest competitor? Like, who are you trying to like beat in the crypto and trading space?
Well, so that's a tough one. Like, we started off looking at like similar products, and now it's kind of looking at the overarching view of crypto in general. Where it's like you look at like a crypto.com. I think they're valued at around 50 billion on their company side and like 6 billion on the token side. That's a dead company. They don't know what they're doing. They're not doing anything innovative. I think we've had a really lackluster side of innovation just across the board in general. And so our competition now is just, the tops. Like, I think Ryan and I both look at it like, how can we be the number one? And there's obviously, it's quite a ways away and a lot of competitors to knock out in the interim. But I've stopped looking at like minor competitors, if I'm being honest. And I'm sure Ryan has an answer to that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll see this advice from a lot of like these prominent VCs where like if you spend all your time focusing on competitors, you're just not even like you're not innovating or building. And I think for us, we've and same for you guys. You guys have been on all these different exchanges for a long time, and really the difference between a Kraken or a Bybit or a KuCoin really is just the color of their platform. Like some might
Yeah.
have slightly lower fees or some might have faster execution, but like really the user experience isn't different. Some might build trust better, but really like there's no added benefit to increase alpha, increase the amount of trades, increase the user experience, make things easier. So we've been like seeing the space and just kind of in shock that there's companies that will reach valuations upwards of 10 or 100 billion and have zero innovation from the products that came before it. So for us, we like me and Ian will be working 8 to 10 hours a day on just going through like how can we tweak the smallest things out. So when a user comes on, like they are immediately shown some sort of alpha, and that alpha is actionable. So I think it'll be really interesting to see some of these other exchanges at launch. That once we kind of prove this model out, we'll probably see companies like a Robinhood or a Coinbase or a Binance try to replicate similar models that we're doing once we kind of prove this out. It's kind of similar to like how like Elon even launched um, electric cars. Like the car industry really hadn't changed for such a long time. He comes in and launches electric cars, and now every car company pretty much is doing something similar. So the thing that we're focused on now is speed in terms of new users coming on at launch, which I think will help the current user base a lot. We're building a different trending algos so that when we do onboard another million users, like it doesn't like get any messy, and we can still kind of highlight the right accounts. But it'll increase the amount of traders sharing trades, so it'll increase the data on the platform that we can present to you guys. So like even if you could search up BTC and see the average price target, average hold time, average stop loss from everyone on the platform, and then be able to see all the top trades. So like there's a lot of stuff we can do as the amount of users coming to the platform increases. So for us, it's like to answer your question on competitors, there's like we haven't really seen any strong innovation, but I would use like a Coinbase as a competitor or Binance. Um, but we haven't really like again seen anything really innovative in the exchange side.
Okay. And to target like new users, will y'all be like focusing on like ads to like Facebook or Instagram or X?
Um,
It'll probably be more on the YouTube side of things. But Ian, you could chat more about this.
It would be
yeah.
better to like have video sponsors than like ads, because like ads are people just waiting to skip.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like we may do like some minor rounds just to like test and have, CPIs and whatever else, but we're
But
really gonna gas pedal YouTube, and we have some of the bigger influencers or bigger most influential people on YouTube in the finance niche like ready to go with us. And so we think that'll, we haven't really seen that yet. Like the only real promotions we've done have been with Baxter. And that was entirely organic. Like he reached out to us. We didn't pay him for those videos. We just, gave him an incentive reward program. And we'll see, I think we'll see a pretty massive boost when the change goes live and we have these larger influencers posting them.
Yes.
I was like, for Baxter was the reason like uh, he was like joining a platform to get like alpha, and then people watch that video and intend to find like that same alpha. So people came into Involio side like if they have a similar video idea, that would be like great. People would actually like download the app to use it, not like just a test or just like for something else. Like they really want the alpha, so they'll stick with the app.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like
That's a
also one
brilliant
thing.
thing about Involio, in my opinion.
One thing, like when new users come on, they want like the simplest app possible. And like if they're taught how to trade like properly, know what to do, they'll probably stick on Involio. They just need trust. Like if somebody can trust you, put in like 100K, 200K, 300K, well, that's like the best outcome.
for sure.
Because like people, I mean, imagine myself, would I trust somebody else like going into a random exchange? Dex didn't even ask the KYC, and I'm going to them. I don't know where they're located, and like I'm just joining them. I wouldn't like trust them.
For sure. And I think a lot of trust comes with scale as well. Like if you see a lot of these exchanges when they first launched, it's one of those things that like as more time goes on, the users can trust, and it's also like the different people getting involved. We'll announce something soon of some of these bigger names in the VC space that are getting involved with us, which will also help build trust, and then also just having bigger and bigger names come on that make this kind of their primary spot of trading will continue to build trust.
One thing,
Yeah, and
Okay.
you guys ever thought about going to Shark Tank?
Oh, it's funny. When I see these Shark Tank episodes, a lot of them are like these mom and pop businesses
Yeah.
that like have like random products. Like it's not like so that if you look at how Shark Tank's built, it's not like the most innovative companies. It's the companies that when people watch it, think like, oh, I could create something like that, right? It's not
Yeah.
like strong innovation, deep tech, or whatever it is, because the whole point of the show is like how you can have the average person watching it say, oh, I could have made that T-shirt, or you know what I mean, or something along those lines. You don't really have like a lot of like strong innovative companies. And a lot of the companies that the sharks invest into like are primarily focused out of Shark Tank, and I think almost all of them are down from their investments on Shark Tank.
Yeah, but like it's free advertisement. Like go and ask for like 1%, $1 million for 1%, and like they're all gonna decline. But then
Yeah,
you get free advertisement, no?
yeah, that could be interesting.
And
Yeah,
like
yeah,
more
So,
just
people
going
are
out
coming
there.
on
Yeah,
crypto as well.
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that could be interesting.
so you introduce these like bigger names into the space, and like speaking of like Shark Tank and everything, will you have like a coin or stock that people can like invest into the app for?
should we jump
Yeah,
into it?
yeah, you can go through it.
Okay. So this is, I joined the chat the other day and said I had a reward for you guys. I don't know if you've kept up with some of these other platforms like Hyperliquid and essentially reward-based airdrops for early-stage users. We have bounced around the idea of a token for, 2 years. Like we were very against it for some time, and as the space has kind of evolved, we realized like, okay, this is the how do we really reward our core users? Like maybe not everyone wants to share trades every day and do the fee structure. Not everyone wants to start a subscription. How do we make sure you guys are well rewarded for it? So we are definitely doing a token, and we'll do it mostly as an incentive program for just users in app. I think it's in our place right now to decide like how well we can do this and make sure that like you guys and our core users who like really spend their time helping make sure the app is a safe, great place for new users. And so we're really excited about that. I mean, the Hyperliquid airdrop, I think they're at 19 billion now, with 225,000 users, and that airdrop, changed lives. Like if you traded $1,000 on Hyperliquid, you got a very very sizable airdrop at this point. So we're looking at it now like, I know a lot of people, not just name on this call, but a lot of people on the platform that maybe don't have enough capital to really start trading. And so we're kind of looking at it like if we can do this airdrop in the best way possible, like we could really change lives of users on the platform. So we're really really excited about that.
Because like this is the best time
That
to do it
sounds
if you want,
great.
because like the bull run is here, like all kinds will
Yeah,
fly.
yeah. The flow will probably be we'll launch the decks. We'll pass about 500,000 monthly active, and
Mhm.
then we'll push the push the token and do a reward system just based on the current users and their activity, and then also have a reward just for like the users that, like Ian said, have kind of made Involio what it is.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So how would new users like get the rewards just by like being active on the app and like being a part of the community?
Yeah, the big thing will be like having your wallet connected, and then we're gonna build out an algo that'll kind of detect the beginning users, kind of like pretty much everyone on this call, that have like really been active and helped the community grow, and we can do a larger airdrop to that community, and then for all the new users coming on, it'll be something along the lines of you come on, you mimic one trade, and your wallet's connected, and then you have the ability to get the airdrop.
Yeah, well, we're going to be kind of private about like the specifications of how you get it, just because we don't want new users coming on and trying to game it, or VCs coming on and trying to eat up all the rewards. But I've watched a list of different airdrops over this past cycle. Like Hyperliquid, I think is the most notable and had the most rewarding for its users. And then you look at Magic Eden, and I think they just did a very very poor job of rewarding their early users, and their biggest users didn't really get that much of a reward versus just like general users.
Mhm.
So we're following the Hyperliquid path to make sure core creators get the boat of it.
Okay, so that would be like insane. Like you're making, every thought of making your own blockchain, Involio blockchain.
I mean, Hyperliquid has their own L1. It's not something we're really looking at right now. Like, I think it's there's Web 3 and Web 2, and I think we'll be somewhere like Web 2.5, where I think I'm sure Ryan agrees that Web 2 is a better funnel. It just works better, and you zoom out, Web 2 is just so much bigger than crypto, and I think a layer one, if we were really targeting just crypto users, would make sense. And as we grow, it'll probably come on the chopping board and have that conversation again. But
Yeah,
not
one thing that will could be interesting too, which we're playing around with, but it's kind of interesting. Like the way we spend our time is probably like 95% thinking about how to make this user experience for the decks great, and then kind of like 5% of roadmap ideas as we go. So like the token we'll probably start spending more time on after the dex goes live, and then possibly even launching like a card, like a debit card or a credit card for Involio. So you could come on, start sharing your trades or following trades, earn fees or make money following other users' trades, and then be able to actually spend that money with a credit card, and then have a bunch of rewards with that as well.
Hmm.
That's really, really cool.
Where do you guys see Involio going in like the next like 5 years as like a community and like as the app grows?
It's a good question. I think in the next 5 years, we'll hopefully be the biggest crypto trading platform in the world.
I find that really likely. I'm not gonna lie. Like I see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing it'll be like the team we put together now in the community, and then just like rewarding the community for pretty much making Involio great. Because without the community, we don't have Involio. So that's why we're
Yeah.
just so excited for the exchange and the token, because it's such a strong way where we can reward everyone for being involved with what we're building and just kind of making crypto a better space.
We can all agree again.
Nice. Yeah, and somebody was asking in chat when will we have Involio merch, and I actually personally like Googled Involio merch just to see if I could buy a shirt or something because I like when are we gonna get that?
I made
Well,
some a while ago, and it just was such poor quality. Like I just bought it from one of the online custom clothing
Diamonds
websites, and it's
resellers.
just so bad. So we're working on it. We just haven't had the time to do it yet, but we'll definitely have some soon.
Nice.
yeah.
Involio
Well,
actually
if
does.
anyone, yeah, if anyone wants to design some, like, because we'll probably launch the token under Invo. We might do like just some maybe a name change or something like that to Invo, just because it's easier to spell and easier to remember. So if any of you guys want to play around with some Invo merch and design it out, maybe we can push that out and give you a fee for it.
Invo.
I'll
I
let you know.
I think Involio is
I'll
better
let
than
you know.
Invo.
That's what a
Invo
lot of our
Invo
users say.
Invo is a nice nickname though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Binance
that
didn't
could.
change its name to Bin before changing and before making a token.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm. Yeah, it's funny. Every time we bring up a name change, almost all of our users really love Involio, which is interesting.
Yeah,
You,
the only reason we're even really considering it, like I've loved Involio since day zero, and it's just basically we join the call and ask you guys like, what does it mean, and no one really tends to understand it, and um, a
Yeah,
lot of
the
people
thing is
know.
now that I understand it, I'm in love with the name. Like really, the
I understand it from the beginning, bro.
That's funny.
I think if you ask it like in a post, make a post, what does Involio mean? Let's see what the polls show.
yeah, that's really interesting. Now everybody will know from the live though, but
Yeah, we'll see how many people like focus on the live as well.
yeah, we'll see.
But like
Like
Invo,
like if we actually make a post and you were in this live, just somehow say the word squid in the comments, so we'll know that you came from the live.
because like Involio has a meaning, but Invo doesn't. What will Invo mean? Like if we change the name to Invo, like what would be the reason behind it?
The big thing I think it would the way we're looking at it, and we've kind of gotten advice from these VCs, but we kind of play around with a lot of these ideas and sit on them for a while. But the only reason we would change it is the for the token to be able to have the same name as the token to the company, and it's a little easier to spell. Like when you first tell someone Involio, sometimes it's a little bit hard for them to then pronounce. Like we'll have people say Invelio, Involio, whatever it may be. So it'd be a little easier to remember and spell, but not something set in stone yet.
Mhm.
There's a lot
Info
of
is
small things. Like there's not too many huge companies with more than 2 or 3 syllables. It's just like we've thought about this so many times. Like,
yeah, Invo might be like easier, like easier for marketing, I guess.
Yeah, one thing which would be kind of fun is like if it would be like if all of our current users that are logged in, like they'll have Involio and they'll have that like UI for at least the name, and then all users going
Oh, new.
forward maybe have Invo. That could be
That's
cool.
really funny. That's really funny. That's a good way to do it. Then nobody
Yeah,
would complain, right?
yeah, yeah. We could set something like that up, and then all like the beginning users will be able to have that tagged onto their website or their app for life, and then everyone else will be having Invo.
Yeah, and then like the thing is, you could if you like had a secret button that would switch to the new UI, and then
Yeah,
you'd like somebody would just mess with the settings and then realize, oh shit, what is this? And then
yeah,
see a whole different UI.
yeah. We could have like an Easter egg in the app where you can switch the name from Involio to Invo. That could be kind of
That's
cool.
really good. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
You should plant more Easter eggs in the app in general. Really, you should give that a thought. Like,
I think that would be a really good idea, and I think we'll definitely do that as our dev team grows. But I think if we went to our dev team right now and said we need to start focusing on Easter eggs, they'd kill us. Just because the amount of stuff.
there's low time to think about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. They're like, we're trying to set this up to scale. We're trying to make sure notifications go faster, all this stuff, and you want us to build an Easter egg?
So when was
Mm.
Involio registered? I saw somebody else say like 2011.
No, no, it was started 20 end of 2021
Maybe I'm
or
mistaken.
middle of 2021. Yeah.
If you made it in 2021, then it's great progress. Like it's new and it's at 100, more than 150K users.
Yeah, I mean, the first like year and a half was a lot of just like learning just how to build a product, how to put together a team, making a ridiculous amount of mistakes, and then just kind of learning from those and iterating. But yeah, I think we're on a really really good path now and a really solid team.
Yeah, interesting.
What do you
One,
guys think the like let's just say we get the basic stuff in, right? We have the mimic trading live, loading time speed, um, kind of that basic stuff. What do you guys think like after that stuff gets out? Like really exciting features you think that would get people excited?
ads.
Hmm.
I think y'all should
So
do
yeah,
like
you
a.
we can also look at chat. You know,
Chat if you
we can
guys have.
also look at chat. Like if somebody has like, I could like on my old phone like before it got broke, I had like a list of features for Involio. So I might need to recover that, but once I will, like I'll give you a message. Like I had a lot of thought about this,
I think that
a lot of
Infolio font needs
thinking.
to be bolder.
Okay.
That's like the
You
premium
know,
look.
it's so
I
funny.
think the
In app, we
partnership
never
with
updated
Trading
it, but
View, the
the
partnership
real
with
font
Trading
is
View
cool.
Bro,
is
T
something
some
that
more.
could really,
Calm
yeah,
down, bro. Calm down.
yeah, of course.
The we actually did make the Involio font a bit thicker. It's just we just never updated it in app.
Oh,
Yeah, we need to. But yeah, any bigger features you guys have top of mind now? But if not, yeah, feel free to shoot them over whenever. And anyone listening to this, my email's in my bio on app. So if you guys have any ideas too, feel free to email me.
Like I heard a rumor about a partnership with Trading View.
Yeah, we have that in. We have TradingView working in our dev, but it just doesn't make sense to push that out until the like we already have it built into the exchange. So we have TradingView there, and it'll be with the exchange launched, but we can't really push it out before because it's so built into that page.
Will you be able to connect Trading View directly to your exchange, like to trade using Trading View on Involio?
Yeah, Involio will TradingView will be on Involio.
okay. That would be great.
Nice. That would be absolutely insane.
You see when you like have like the basic version of trading you their ads, like the ads don't look that bad. Like if we add ads like that on Involio,
Oh, I think we're gonna try to avoid ads. I really yeah, I don't I think we'll be able to generate revenue in a way where it's benefiting users and not have to do things like putting ads on the platform.
hmm
That would be great. That would also be revolutionary because every single company tries to put ads everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just obnoxious. Like I don't want to go on Involio and see an ad, so why
that would
would you
look
guys want to?
neat and premium.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah,
any of you
unless you
guys have a
you know
question
you
for?
could always like make Involio Premium with no ads.
Yeah, maybe.
But you
If
tell,
you would
P-
actually do that, people will kill me.
bro, let's get
People in the
anonymous.
chat are saying like add limit orders.
The limit orders for the paper trading as well. We'll have limit orders obviously for the decks, but yeah, I think that makes sense to add it for the paper trading as well.
Okay, well,
Yeah, of course. Like,
but you somehow give anonymous a chance to speak as well.
yeah, Anonymous is not here right now. Like, he's on his way home right now.
It was pretty sad last time that he missed out on the chance to like talking with CY.
I see my guy Cam Howard in the chat. I'm gonna answer his question really quick. Do you think regulation will come next cycle? Is it a good or bad thing for higher market cap alts? I do think we're in the process of regulation right now. I just think it'll be looser under the Trump administration. I do think it really depends on the government we have. I think had we gotten Kamala in, I mean, she stood to give us the highest short-term cap gains in history. And I think regulations under the Trump administration will be an overall positive for crypto, and we'll see what happens after this cycle. But regulations are for sure coming down.
Do any of you guys have any other interest in politics, like going to politics after trading?
No, not 1% of me wants to go to politics.
Not 1%?
Leo, you should become president.
I will try.
In how many years, Leo?
I mean, it's worth a try if you think about it. Because like, if you're eligible to do it, why not just try?
That's good philosophy and mentality.
But like, if people know who I am from here, I'm definitely not become president. Okay, Anonymous, if you're back, do you want to say something or not?
Yeah, I'm just almost back. Yo, oh, Sai, like y'all should have like a newsroom on Involio.
Hmm.
We're in process. We're gonna after the deck goes live, do a lot of like a ton of overhaul features on search, so on and so forth, and there will be a news page there.
Yeah, cause
One,
like
Yeah,
on some exchanges like Blowfin, you can actually just like see market news. I think that would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, we'll definitely have it added.
yeah.
what about like
Well, you'll
the?
see this. You'll see features get shipped out like 10, like 5, 10 times faster in terms of like what you guys will experience because how we built Involio is like we just ship so much code as fast as we can, and now we're at the stage where it's like okay, now let's like make sure everything's working well. So we're spending the next kind of whatever 4 8 weeks making sure the speed and all that security and all this stuff's working. But once we get that done, with the increased size of our dev team, we'll be able to ship features like unbelievably quick. So we'll have like the searching assets, news feed, possibly even building something in for like calls like this, and all that will come pretty quick.
A live podcast feature on an audio would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be really sweet just to be able to go live whenever you're trading, just something like this.
Yeah,
And one,
that would be absolutely insane. Like if there would be even like some sort of a lounge of verified traders, you know that every single trader, everything like it would be open 24/7, right? And every single one could just like join whenever, and we could talk, and like people could like hop on and listen. That could be absolutely awesome.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
100%. I think live trading would be super fun.
and
I
like,
see a ton of people asking about the crash this past week. I kind of want to answer some of that. Um, so obviously, like a ton of people got liquidated this past Monday. I think there's a lot of people who forget how drastic dips can be in this market, and it is always going to be, you know, the controllers of this market trying to flush out retail money who forgot about those dips. I'm scarred from the different cycles of, you know, last cycle if BTC, you know, saw anywhere from a 15 to 30% dip on BTC, and you'd see alts have up to 75% in a day. So, you know, as to why that happened, there wasn't, it's not like there was some news that came out. There wasn't anything crazy going on in the market, but it's just something to always keep in the back of your mind of, you know, if we're having parabolic growth, we will always have parabolic retraces. It's just something to keep in mind. And I was talking with someone the other day, like, how do you avoid that? Like, if there's no news behind it, da 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 da. I think it's looking at like psychological resistances. Like, the number everyone's been chanting for the past 3 years has been 100K. So, you know, I think seeing us at 100K, like, even if there's still a chance we might just skyrocket to 120, I think that's the time where you start to kind of de-risk. That doesn't mean take your chips directly off the table, but you know, your average trading on 10x, you know, maybe you move it down to 2 to 3x max and have, you know, just tighter stops and so on and so forth, become more risk averse. So I've just seen a bunch of comments about that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
like the ability to delete comments from our post, like, when will that come?
delete comments on a post.
Yeah, our own post. Like, we can't delete comments in our post.
Oh, if you make a comment, or you're saying if someone else makes a comment?
Someone else like on our post.
Oh, I don't know if we'll do that. Well, we can look into it, but
Because like every social media platform you can do it.
really?
I don't think you can on Twitter.
On Twitter, those replies are like almost posts because like it's a thread like this is jump on Insta, YouTube, every other thing.
Yeah, no,
Hmm.
it's a must. It's a must. The reason why it's a must is like, somebody accidentally said something offensive or something like that, and then you realize it only after you click send. It's way more common than you think. That's the thing, and
Hmm. Makes sense.
One more
so
thing, people are
that's
like
good for that.
promoting
Yeah,
like random
sometimes because
meme
like
coins.
yeah, because like there's a lot of weird people out there. Like yesterday, a couple of days ago, there was this guy. He was like saying a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, we'll look into being able to delete comments. We were kind of following the Twitter model there of just not really allowing it. But after Dex release, we're gonna kind of start looking at every fine plan of beefing out chat rooms, making fixing the list of issues we have there, and I mean we'll follow user requests. If the platform insists that we allow you guys to delete delete comments on your post, then that's what we'll do.
Nice. What are your thoughts? Like the thing is, like since we went more technical with the Monday diff and everything. Like another recurring question I saw was best altcoins in your opinion, which is a really interesting question. It's $1 million question.
I'm going to give the same answer as I gave last week. You invest into products you believe in and understand. Like I was talking to one of our users on the phone the other day, just trying to help with his portfolio long term. And everyone asks like, well, what's the best coin to invest in? There is no best coin to invest in. Like this is an emotional game, and you need to invest in products that you like really believe in and understand, right? Like so, if you grew up playing video games, you should really be looking into like GameFi products, right? Like you should always have exposure to the top 10 tokens just for the sake of not missing out on like just general market strides. But in situations where like the market's dipping, whatever, like your emotions are quite important. If you really understand and believe in the product you're invested in, it helps quite a bit. Like I've paper handed so many different things. Like I bought Solana at 67 cents at that time. Like that team was a bunch of fraudsters who lied about their circulating supply. I sold it for like $10 to $12. Thought I was a genius, and obviously we're at 250 now.
Yeah.
So there really isn't like a perfect investment. Like I have money in a couple different spots right now, and they're all products I like. We've started off with like testing every decentralized perpetual exchange in existence right now, and like how can we beat them? And so I started using Jupiter, and out of all the ones I tested, I liked Jupiter. So I have a huge position in Jupiter. If I was going to suggest any coin, the only one I could really suggest is Pengu when it releases. I have a lot of faith in Luca and the Pudgy Penguin ecosystem in general.
What coin?
Pengu.
Pengu. That's a
It
meme
hasn't.
coin.
It's the Pudgy Penguin subsidiary coin.
Oh.
Pango, like how do you type that? Like,
Peng. It's not out yet.
oh yeah, yeah. Pango. Yeah, thanks for the recommendation for everyone. Like that's $1 million piece of advice.
Pleasure.
So I want to ask Ryan a couple more questions because Ryan, we basically, as I said earlier, we know nothing about you. Like, how big of a trader are you in general? Like, how big of a, like, what type of trader are you in general?
Yeah, I mean it's funny. I have this like this ideology that I'll use for even investing or trading or building companies, whatever it is. And it's this like this idea of pattern matching. And I feel like this is something I'll talk with Ian about or often. And essentially, like if you look at, let's just say, for example, you're in ecom and you're like a drop shipper. Like you'll, if you do it long enough and you see 1,000 products and you test hundreds of them, you'll eventually be able to look at a product and say like this one's going to work and this one won't. because your like brain starting to recognize these patterns and being able to see like what is good and what isn't. It's the same thing we'll use for like raising capital when we're talking to these VCs. They're pattern matching. If I'm when I'm like pitching Involio, does it sound like an Airbnb, an Uber, a Facebook, whatever? You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So like
Yeah.
going into trading, it's kind of a similar concept where it's like you're in the market long enough and you're studying these patterns, and you kind of have to train your brain to be able to see those things before they happen. So like when I was trading, like significantly more frequently than I am now, a lot of it was just like pattern matching and seeing kind of what these, like let's just say for Bitcoin, for example, like I'd have like tens of thousands of screenshots of just like what price looked like before certain moves. So then I could go through that every day and just start to see like what how price moves and what does it look like. And then when it starts to do that again, you kind of have a similar view and that's stuck in your brain. So you can kind of start to predict things before they happen.
That's
Nice.
genius.
That's genius. Wow.
And one more thing, do you
We're
think
going to
like,
exchange live. You guys have to follow Ryan's trades. He's gonna absolutely kill it. Never had someone have such a great
we
ideology on the
will,
market research.
we will, it will be
Size
lit.
being, Size
When
being
will
honest,
you make
if
a
Bro,
Size
Tiso,
posting
portfolio,
trades,
Ryan?
you follow
bro,
him.
bro, Tiso, my chill, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, you don't need to chill me out. I know.
this becomes some beef.
We love it,
Okay.
Yeah.
Tispuma.
We love it.
So, like, do you think crypto itself is self-sufficient if you want to start a business? If somebody's like, can they really just live off of crypto?
Well, ask that question again.
Like, can someone really live off of crypto, like, not make a separate business, like, in case something goes bad?
For 8 years, I've done it until
Yeah,
Involio.
he has the size the prime example of that.
Yeah, because, like,
Yeah.
for me,
I've noticed. My real name's Ian, by the way, just
as,
just for sake of
as
confusion.
long as I've been in crypto, I don't really trust it, to be honest, with everyone.
What pieces do you not trust?
I think it's not really the people who actually control it will one day like F everyone up.
You mean you in regards to like BTC and Tether?
Most of these coins, yeah.
I
Like,
mean, I do think that a lot of these guys have like genuine intentions. Like, I think I've listened to a lot of founders talk recently, and like for a very long time, like this was a dark space. And I did hear a really good argument the other day that someone said, Murad, if you guys know who that is, said crypto is a token generation business. That's it. Period. End of story. And it's very hard to disprove that theory. And it poses the question of like if Satoshi Nakamoto came back tomorrow and he realized a couple $1 billion in profit, like is he a bad guy? Is Elon Musk a bad guy if he realizes some of Tesla's stock profits? And I'd argue no. And there's a big stigma around uh, founders taking chips off the table at a certain point, be it in crypto stocks, whatever. But it's a lot more aggressive in crypto. And I think like if you look at Tether, like I don't really trust the Tether founders. I think like the fraud of Tether is a famous thing. And I had someone explain to me recently their thought process on it as to why Tether will never fail is that if the US government really dissected Tether in a public forum, they would be opening the floodgates to question the US Treasury. So I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I was never a Bitcoin maxi. I always looked at this market as a dark market that you can kind of play to your own and
hmm
profit from. But as we've started to progress, especially over this past 4 years, like there's really, really respectable founders in this space that I would bet on. So
because like if World War III happens and like internet is down, like Bitcoin wallets are lost, like the crypto is worthless, yeah.
You'd have
I
to
mean,
have
if the internet goes out, the
well,
world's over.
yeah. I think you'd have to have close to the world's internet go out for Bitcoin to go under. But yeah, if all the internet goes down, we have bigger problems to worry about than our crypto wallets.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. That's true.
But say if you think about like right now, when internet was not in like internet was in good hands, like it's something meant for benefiting people. But now you've been to the dark web, like you see those things, like who got access to in the internet and what are they doing with the internet. Like you can't even imagine things that you can like it's beyond your imagination things you see on the internet, like on the dark web and stuff. So like when AI gets into the hands of these people, when quantum computing like eventually gets into the hands of these people, like what do you think will happen?
I think, I mean, Chamath has been famously over the past couple of days saying he thinks, quantum computer will get to a certain point where they can crack the keys to BTC. I think it has to be an ever evolving market. Like, I think Bitcoin will eventually cycle out. I think when interest and supply decrease plateaus, it'll probably be around that point. Um, I know that's a scary thing to say, as Bitcoin is kind of the core infrastructure of this entire market. But if quantum computer can move at that pace, I think that we'd be able to find resolutions to that. And I think if you were just randomizing those keys on a general basis, that quantum computer structure just kind of goes out the window. So
Will that be the time to short Bitcoin from this point? You know.
I mean, if
if
exchange like
someone,
this, you can.
Yeah, no, if something like quantum computing cracking Bitcoin could happen, like the moment I see news about quantum computing being released to the public or whatever, so like
well,
that could be a really big, really huge red sign.
so I'll say this: if someone did tomorrow, right now, amidst this call, if someone cracked the keys to Satoshi's hard wallet and had access to all of his tokens, he wouldn't be able to sell them. Like he would not like what are his options? He's gonna go try to deposit to Binance and offload those tokens. Binance won't let him. Like simple as that. And the only way that that hacker would be able to actually offload that into real fiat currency would be peer-to-peer OTC, and even then, the buyer of those tokens wouldn't be able to offload them either. So it's like the thought process of this a hacker is going to get into Satoshi's hard wallet and just dump it. Like this just it's a fallacy. It just can't happen.
Mm.
But like big corporations are now getting hold of Bitcoin. And now, do you think it's gonna be like a fake coin,
Do I think Bitcoin's going to be a fake coin? What do you mean?
like controlled by the big authorities? Like for like most of the time, it was a community-driven token, and now it's getting like in the hands of other big companies, corporations.
No, I mean, Bitcoin has always been controlled by like the top holders. I think like if you were to be scared of like an entity holding it, it's the U.S. government from like the Silk Road hacks.
Hmm.
But that's not really something I'm worried about. Like I think larger companies coming into the space just adds legitimacy to it. And I think if crypto is going to be a financial asset class that fights gold, I think we'll probably you know uh, move away from something like the core products like BTC. I don't
Hmm.
know, like 10-year outlook.
Yeah, I
But
think
you,
like something like XRP could replace Bitcoin, like long term.
no,
Oh,
no,
I
bro,
hate to
no.
hear that.
Yes, because like Bitcoin's like too inefficient. Like mining takes a lot of energy, and like sending it is like very hard.
Well, this is going to continue happening, right? Like it's like Ethereum is now inefficient. If you look at like subsidiaries of it, like Base, you get lower transaction fees and so on and so forth. But if
Yeah,
Base
like
can,
Solana.
yeah. But if Solana, I mean, I guess Solana is an interesting example.
The last time I
Yeah, I
used
mean,
the Bitcoin
a
blockchain was
lot of
like
top
probably
tokens,
2 years ago.
yeah, like a lot of top tokens with scaling kind of become inefficient. And crypto's an inefficient market. I watched a podcast with Ryan the other day with the founder talking about its inefficiencies. He was a quant trader and coming into the market to exploit those inefficiencies. And I think as this market grows, like there's not really many inefficiencies in the stock market. Like it's a very difficult market to gain.
About the fact that it's way really, really, really hated overall. It's a really hated coin.
Yeah, I gave my thought process
So
on that
that's
last
that's
time.
usually a bullish sign on coins.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
Sarge, you ever heard about Picoin?
yeah. I don't remember the basis behind it though. I do remember it from last cycle. PI coin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I never. It wasn't something I really kept attention on, but I do remember it.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some more questions, guys.
Yes, exactly. That I'm reading. I'm trying to find like questions from the comments on Involio posts we posted and everything.
Finding sensible
we need
questions.
some more.
Also, do you guys have any question about like La Forza or anything about that?
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a good question.
Um, Not off the top of my head. What's your guys' goal? What's the goal with the community?
Be
Community, just
bigger than
grow.
BlackRock.
Wait, what'd you say?
I was kidding. Like it's half joke we do, our goal is be bigger than BlackRock.
All right, I like it. We'll be sure to
That's a
help
big
it.
goal.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, if we let's just say we onboard 5 million people, and a few million people follow your guys' account in La Fuerza. I mean, you could be controlling I mean, if we have leverage, potentially billions of dollars every trade.
Yeah, cause like La Forza said short Sue like
Yeah,
that and
it'll
short.
be interesting. I think what'll be interesting is like as we start to scale and we add again we 10-15x our user base this next year in the next 12 months. It'll be interesting to see how like all of the top accounts on Involio will be pretty much whales moving markets. Because if you have 10,000 people, like
Hmm.
just to do easy
Yeah,
math, you have
I was thinking about that. Like at some
yeah
point, Involio will be a really good way to read the market too.
yeah like if you do the math on if you have 10,000 people and they have $1,000 and those 10,000 people with $1,000 follows one of your guys' trades on 10x leverage, that's $100 million going into the market. So it'll
Jesus
be interesting to
Christ.
see. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how like almost like a lot of the top accounts could become like self-fulfilling prophecies.
Like any other like
That's
new
interesting.
exciting features coming about in Royal.
Yeah, could you explain more about the mimic trading?
Yeah, well, I mean, Ian,
In or
we can release this whenever, but we'll have some designs that we'll push out maybe the next couple weeks that will show you guys what it'll look like. But I mean, it's going to be unbelievably simple to just find like to get notified about a trade, click mimic, and all you'll have to do is swipe to enter. And you'll be able
Mhm.
to it'll automatically fill the take profit, automatically fill the stop loss, automatically fill leverage, position size, and you can just be able to drag or type in to change. So if I like, let's just say Emperor shares a trade and I click mimic, it'll automatically fill that information. And if I want to like increase my leverage or increase my position size, I can just drag something and then swipe to enter, and I'm in. So
Will it show a warning before increasing position size?
Yes.
I mean, the nice thing is you'll be able to see your risk reward change in real time. So we're making the risk reward, the stop loss and TP, like unbelievably clear. So you'll know every time you take a trade, when you drag that, you'll see like the risk section go up. So you'll be like, oh, I'm risking $100, and then I move the position size. Now I'm risking $200 if it hits my stop loss.
That's
So
really smart.
yeah, it'll be like unbelievably clear.
Is there going to be like a demo for this that we can test out soon?
You'll be able to view it. We'll probably so the flow on launch is we'll probably push it out to the current user base. We'll let everyone use it, make sure it's working smooth, and then from there we'll probably have anywhere from like 30 to 200 YouTubers create content on it over 2 months. All of the accounts and communities that have like started to like kind of grow already can kind of like grow at a significantly faster pace. Um, and then yeah, it'll be kind of like off to the races from there.
So it's like a month before
Yeah.
we
And
launch that.
Yeah,
also,
it'll be like we'll push it to community and then we'll do a push later, probably a month later.
Like it's been quite a long time since
also,
I've
are
seen
y'all going to add
something
it to your
new.
Discover page?
So
Yeah,
like
what do you
it's
have?
Wait.
Besides that,
Sorry, well, what's your question? What was your question?
Are y'all gonna
like
add anything more to like this cover page?
Yeah, we'll do some stuff with like news there. We're gonna like beef out the algo that we're using for trending portfolios and trending users, so that'll be updated soon. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot more information like top trade of the week. Like we'll have one that like it'll like
Like
display
the
like most followed trade, all that kind of stuff. Like we'll just have a lot more
yeah,
data that will be actionable for you guys.
that's crazy. Like yeah, like are you going to make the statistics overall of Involio? Uh,
Yeah,
will you make them publicly available? Like the amount of trades took, the amount of like stuff like
yeah,
that.
it'll be yeah that'll be interesting. That'll be live just for Dex, but this is also interesting. So I don't know if you guys have heard of this theory. It's called the wisdom of crowds. But if you like, I'll give you an example. This guy did a TED talk on it, and he brought some like I think it was a cow or something on stage, and he goes, I want everyone to there's like a QR code in front of your seat, and I want you guys to guess the weight of this cow. And there was like guesses up to like 10,000 pounds and guesses up to like 50 pounds that were just really, but the average was almost 2 pounds to the exact dot. Like it was right on point. So there's this theory of like wisdom of crowds where if you pull in enough information, the average is almost going to be spot on. And there's all this like
mhm.
statistical studies around this. So it'll be interesting to see is like as scales be able to pull the average price target, the average stop loss, and all these things, like the average hold time from tens of thousands to millions of traders that are trading Bitcoin or any of these things, and we'll be able to display that for our user base. And based on all these kind of different stats that have
That could
pulled,
be
it
huge.
could be
Yeah,
unbelievably accurate. So that kind of data that we'll be able to display to our users will be, I think, really helpful as you're trading.
that's crazy.
On Involio, it'd be like cool to have like you know how like we have like La Fuerza as like a community. It would also be cool to have like other communities emerge also and like have like a top community list too.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great idea. And like we also want to build something too where it's like easier for groups to create an account. So that way
Yeah.
it's not like an account's made and there's it's a little bit messy, but we'll build something where it's a little bit easier.
And also about like DMs because like I mine are like super messed up because I'll like have someone DM me a few days later after like I stop responding to them, like the DM will just disappear and I have to like then click through their profile and then
Yeah. Yeah,
access it.
we're aware of that bug too. We'll have that. We like again like we're getting the basic stuff done and then that's actually like one of the list after we get this next push out. So we'll have that fixed pretty quickly.
It's been quite a long time
Well,
since there's been like a more exciting update on Involio. So like we're all waiting for a good update.
yeah, it'll be exciting. I think like it'll be you'll like have you'll have like improvements on how the app works, like just in terms of speed, notification times, and all that kind of stuff coming out soon. But once we launch the Dex, I think it'll without a doubt and by far be the biggest update Invoice ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like right now you just go on Involio. First it used to be like enjoying you like enjoyed using Involio. Now they just random posts. Nothing crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it will be great if something more exciting comes for like at least a short time.
For sure.
Yeah, I think with the, with new users coming every day, the feed can, easily be either amazing that day or not so great that day or hour, however you want to look at it. We're working on like a filter system to push like good content to the forefront of that feed, just so it's always a kind of good day. And I think, when we're getting thousands of posts a day, if you're looking at trending, it's really easy to miss like the better posts within that. I think a lot of people miss me trading as well. As soon as the Dex goes live and we're kind of finished with the sprint, I'll make sure you guys get hopefully multiple free trades a day. And I think that'll spice things up again.
Like
I
not
think
many
we're
people
gonna,
are
do
even
more.
not
Yeah,
many
we're,
people
we're gonna keep up. Yeah, but so we're pushing kind of newer creators, so on and so forth, and we were doing the weekly contest for trading contests, and we put that on pause for a little bit. We'll bring that back, and I think that'll spice up the feed again as well. Well, it seems like we've come to nearly the end with questions.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, like I'm trying to read chat, scout out for new questions. Like if anyone ever wanted to know anything, like to ask Ryan or Sai ever, anything ever, that's your chance, guys.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think that's it then. But yeah, we'll be happy to hop on whenever you guys want. And then again, if there's anything you guys ever need,
Nice.
feel free to just reach
I'm
out.
pretty sure the emperor wanted to ask something. Like he's been quiet and like yeah, like I'm pretty sure he said he wanted to ask something. So maybe he'll give us the last question.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, no, it doesn't
Um,
look like it. Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, Ryan and Sai. We were happy to talk to you.
But
yeah,
like,
it was
it's
great. It
great.
was great chatting, you guys. Appreciate you taking this on.
Always a pleasure, guys. I'll be here next week. We'll hopefully do this every week. Keep chatting.
Of course, yeah. Let's go. And next week
So
we're gonna try to get Junior too.
Yeah, I'll
Awesome.
make sure we get him
Sounds
on.
good.
Thank you
JV or
so much.
Baxter,
Okay,
Baxter would be great.
Yeah,
Baxter.
let's do
We'll
it.
have to do it Baxter on another time though.
Yeah,
You'll do it
because he's
later
an
in the
awesome.
evening.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, awesome, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You
We'll
Pleasure
talk to you
too.
chatting,
later. Bye.
guys. Looking forward